I have something to say, but I really have to piggyback on something that our beautiful Marion, that idea of writing for me about what I'm grateful about myself for. It's a game changer. Because we are able to look out and see what I appreciate from each and every one of you, and we think we're appreciating ourselves, and we are. But what a beautiful idea to wake up in the morning and remember that. I'm thinking 121. I know that you guys think of me, but that's a lot. I mean, do I have 121 things that I'm grateful for Patrick? Probably, but but it really hit me because it was so transparent too for you to share that with us. That, you know, I'm 41 years, everybody says, yeah, but 24, woo, that was a humdinger. So what I just want to say is, which has nothing to do with this, and thank you for stimulating that in me, because this was something I wasn't going to necessarily share, but you know me. So I'm writing a book called How Do I Love Myself? Let Me Count the Ways. And it kind of went on the back burner for a while, and self-love, even talking about it, I'm just vibrating right now. I don't know whether to cry or laugh, because it's so important to me right now to self-love. So I had an experience that proved that I am onto something with this self-love. Unconditional self-love, may I add. No conditions put on it. Now that's a big one, because I like what you said, and he didn't have to change. I did. So staying with this topic that I thought of today, I'll tell you what happened, how I knew it. I'm leaving on Thursday, I keep saying Friday, please don't delay that plane, because I really have no delay, I see the end. So I started getting ready. Now we're pretty cash here, the gentlemen especially, you know, it's kind of shorts and whatever. And I decided to start packing early. So I'm gonna need some slacks, as they call them, long pants. Yes, indeed. And I got a lot of pants hanging in my closet. And as I went through each one, and none of them buttoned, if you only knew. It'll come out in the book, I'm sure. And I said to my inner child today, you know, this might come up. And he said, you're not doing it. I said, what if it really is important? And my little inner child said yes. It was so triggered. I didn't even know Trigger Happy was still there in that particular. I'm telling you. So the first thing you do is I have to go there. I have to do a talk. I have to do a thing. I'm thinking, boy, you wear shorts for a long time, and it just you kind of let it go, you know? I don't know what's the difference between shorts and pants, but anyway, so I'm like, you know, I said yeah. So I went self-love, and I had a little mini breakdown. Nothing that you had to call the paramedics for or anything. I was okay with that. So I just went, well, and then I said, what a perfect opportunity, Mr. Self-Love. What a perfect opportunity, Patrick. Because, you know, it is so easy to have self-love when everything is going perfect. It is so easy to have self-love when you feel so good about everything. Finances are in order, body's in order, the whole kit and caboodle, which is my favorite word today, by the way. So I went there, and I picked a couple pants out, and I said, I refuse to go to that number. It ain't gonna happen. If I have to suck my gut in the entire time I'm gone. So I put them on, and I'm like, oh, these feel pretty. Oh, no. So I sat in there, and I went back to a 14-year-old, 13-year-old during puberty that was so kind of out of shape and out of it, and was so embarrassed that he didn't even want to go to PE because you would have to strip and take your clothes off and put on this. And I'm telling you, it's amazing. And I called, of course I called immediately. Dun, 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 Super Rita. And I said, hi, hon. Treat! You need to treat fast. I'm going down. I'm in the dressing room. Well, what are you doing in the dressing room? Feeling really fat right now, honey. Well, not quite that dramatic, but anyway. The reason I'm telling you is because I want a vulnerability hangover tomorrow. No, a vulnerability hangover is when you do say something and you go, why did I do that? But I said it because self-love is so important to me. And when these things come up, I said, here's a perfect opportunity. So I sat with myself and I said, I'm going to love you. This isn't the way I want to be necessarily, but I love you just the way you are today. Today. This is who showed up today. And it is so important that whatever's going on, if it's a diagnosis, if it's not buttoning your pants, whatever it is, it's triggering everything. And everybody knows what I'm talking about. Not everybody, but there's some form of what I'm talking about that says, oh, until I'm back to a 33, 34, then I am not worthy to love. Until I am in it, and so I said, this is impossible. Look who you are. I said, look who you are. So there's a condition put on my self-love. And I was in shock. And I said, and then I tuned into that universal power and I said, that's exactly why we are doing this right now. Because I'm going to tell you, that is real self-love. That is real self-love that says, woo! And I acted like I was surprised. Like I just woke up yesterday and oh wow, where'd that all come from? You guys have been noticing it for a while. Thank you for not mentioning it. So anyway, today's talk, thank you, Marion. Today's talk is called Living in the End. Living in the End. And that is an interesting statement because I was in a conversation about it and someone said, well, let's talk about the living in the end. And I could hear arguing for limitation coming your way, arguing for limitation. He said, how can you live in the end? Because I thought we were supposed to be in the present moment. And I said, you're never in the present moment if you're obsessing about what's not here yet. You're never present. And I thought, we think we are, right? I am presently, I was present yesterday. And I was being completely present. But the real towards the end that I'm talking about is what Marion had mentioned this whole philosophy is about. What you focus on grows, literally. And it's the truth, even in the weight thing. If you keep looking and condemning yourself, it has nothing else to do but stay there. Love is what releases it all. And that's with everything. So I was on this thing at the end. So here's what I've got to read this. This is, whoever thought, this is a real Jesus moment. No, Jesus was lucky, or he had those like toga things that you could nobody sees anything then. Okay, so here we are. I heard this and it went bing. Whatever you have asked for in prayer, let's really listen. Whatever you have asked for in prayer, believe that you have received it. It will be yours. And I just thought, yeah. Because I know a lot of times we're all sitting here, folks. I did what I'm blind, and it's not happening. I did treatments. I did all my treatments, and it's not happening. What's that about? And I was talking with Rita last night, and I said, listen to this. Whatever you have asked for in prayer, okay, meditation, whatever it is, however you want to create your best version of yourself, believe you have received it. That is our little thing that we get to practice. Because I don't know about you, but we can be a society and a wonderful collective group of people that will believe it when we see it. We will believe it when we see it. And that is the opposite. We will see it when we believe it. And what's happening here is, so you're in prayer and you're saying, yes, I used to beg when I was, please. And then I go, why isn't it happening? Because you're strangling it. You're strangling the very energy that can bring it to you, as you. You must become it. That's the really big one. We must become it. I have to be the energy, the frequency of a man who happens to wear size 32 pants. That's the frequency. I'm just using, I don't know how I got that. That's what I have to, not like, wow, not only is it them, I'm bigger, man. And condemn. And the only thing I can see is a little boy in there going, stop yelling at me. Stop it. I'm not my body. You teach this, you know this, you embody it. Embody this. We must become the very, if it has to do with, how about diagnoses? You get them and it's like, well, I was praying. I want to share this same story that I went and I had a little surgery done. And they had it on my mouth, which was very interesting because he said, I want to let you know, we're going to save your bridge if this is successful. Oh, good. Because there's a little gum thing happening, whatever. I said, okay. But here's the deal. I've never done this before. Oh, but it has been done. Oh, yeah, it has been done. But not by me. And I love my dentist, by the way. Love him. Because he said, so what do you think? And I said, I trust you with my life. I trust you with my life. Plus, I'm going to have to move in with you if I have to pay another $7,000 to get a thing. And so we have that, and it was interesting because I walked in, and it was really funny. The person at the reception was like, hi. Oh, you have prayer hands? What the hell? I'm about to go into this, and they're like, good to see you. All I could think of was this. Oh no, you're not going to cross your fingers. So I go in there, and I'm remembering go to the end. Go to the end the way you want, not like, and then I'm going to do this, and then I hope he does that right, and I hope this, and I hope that, what if, and I said, what's the end result, Patrick? What's over there that you have right here? I said, we're going to do the best job ever. That he's going to be so tickled pink because I was his guinea pig. Why'd he charge me though? Don't you think he should? Well, anyway. So we go in there and I'm sitting down and there's a new thing with meditation music. And I started relaxing and his assistant goes, wow, this is a great day, isn't it? I go, why is everybody looking so uncertain? Then he walks in, my doctor walks in, he goes, hey buddy. Oh, when somebody calls you buddy, you know we're in trouble. He can call me buddy anytime he wants. So I'm just about to go in. I said, remember who you are. I said, excuse me, everyone stop for a moment. Rita goes, what did they do? So I'm lying there like this, ready to go. I said, we have to go. You know my beliefs somewhat, but here's how it's going to work. This is already a success. Because it's already done in the mind of good. It's already done. There's no time or space, and my doctor's going, okay. And then I told him, I said, there's no time or space. And I said, and she's over here and he's over here. I said, we got to end this separation right now. We got to end it. We're either all in together in the frequency or we're not doing it. I don't want you, doctor, doing your thing. She's over there. No, and I'm going to do my thing. So let's have at it. And he's like, oh, good, oh, wow. Oh, got it, oh. You know, you hear all this, oh. I said, we must all be entangled. And then he went in there, he finished it. 20 minutes for an hour, possibly hour. He said, this is going so well. He said, wow. And then he goes, we just have to tie it, boom, put that bone in there. I said, is that pig bone? No, put that bone in there, we're doing it. And he's like this. And I went, wow. I'm like lying there. I said, see what happens when we're all entangled? We all did that surgery together and he was just like, wow, I'm stoked. And he's kind of young, but young here. You have to understand him, but it was very interesting because she was here, and I love this, it's a good lesson. She said, oh my God, I noticed something on quadrant 4, and I loved his, oh no. That's what he said. He goes, we're just going to celebrate this. We're just going to celebrate this. And I thought, just think if we were able to talk to one another from that place. And so I put a little something together that talks about this, what we're talking about, but I think the illustration proves it the most, right? To go in and say, I saw the end result, because in my mind I was thinking, well, yeah, but what happens if something happens and blah, blah, blah. No. I saw the end result and I was living it now. Not when they got done and said, okay. And it's interesting too that I got my report about before so that they can let you know all about what it is. And I looked down and it said final report. Oh no, we don't do final reports. Oh no. So I took a pen, crossed out final. I'm a joy to work with, by the way, over at the, but he knows me by now. 8 years, he knows who. And I thought, there's nothing final about any diagnosis. There's nothing final about anything that we think is going on in the conditional world. Nothing. Everything can be changed. And that's not wishful thinking, that is science. I said, I'm so happy to be a practitioner. And I think as practitioners, I sometimes keep it under wraps. Not anymore. I'm seeing your end. And it is good. And that's what you want. I see the end. I see your health. I see your vitality. And I don't only see it, I feel it. Because nothing is going to manifest in our lives until we feel it. It says you must become a version of yourself who has already has what you desire. Not someday, but now. Neville, our wonderful Neville Goddard, says that the imagination isn't just a tool, it's a reality in motion. Did you hear that? It's a reality in motion. We cannot be entertaining anything. And is that goody two-shoes? You're damn right it is. Because the other's not working at all, by the way. And it says living the end means embodying the frequency, behavior, and mindset of the fulfilled desire. Yes, you should be clapping. It's your life. It should be. This is very exciting. You know, there's a reason why in treatment we say, and so it is. Hopefully. No, we wouldn't. And so it is. It's like, and so it is. And then they go, where is it? Where is it? Ah. And this other thing, I'm on a little tiny roll here. I don't want to hear any more in my particular life. It's just meant to be. By who? Who said that? Who said it's meant to be? Who said that? Or maybe it's divine timing. I get that's a loophole that feels good for us. But I'm the one not controlling the world, not controlling Glenn and his terrible habits that he had, and the hell didn't even know it. Thanks for the great name for malehood. But he didn't even know he was making my life miserable. That's how we go. Neville Goddard said too, when you emerge from your prayer, no longer seeking, that's when your demonstration has been made. Why? You already have it, and so it is, and then you go about your business. Oh my God. I'm so excited about this prospect that we can continue to work with, but it has to go beyond words now. I really know. It can't be, I say this, but I will. It can't be both. You can't either say that the entire universe is working in my favor and I have the power of God, good, whatever it is, and I've never been separated from it, and then justify. And I'll tell you, I was telling someone the other day, the reason we get scared, to get too excited, because that's what I grew up with, don't get too excited, it may not happen. Ooh, we all remember that? I go, oh, Mom, that's great. She goes, I know, honey, but, Dad might be drunk and we won't be able to. And it's like, oh. The reason we're afraid of it is because we don't want to be disappointed, so we keep rehearsing tragedy. We keep rehearsing what could go wrong. And so it is. And so it is. Are you bad people? My bad? No. Just overweight. You better look at this thin body, and so it is. And guess what I found out? Did you know sexy, let's just a little bit of sexy. Sexy's an inside job. Sexy's an inside job, man. I thought it was, ooh, yeah, more gym, more that, and I believe in that as well, but all is an inside job. It's all an inside job, and we have it right here. I am so excited because I'm going to let you know I went beyond. And I just really thank Neville Goddard because he really kicked my butt this week. And I said, be kind to yourself. That's why I was saying, be kind. Check in. How you doing? How you doing, Pat? Oh, how you doing? I'm a little scared right now. I got a diagnosis. I'm a little scared right now. I'm feeling this. I'm scared right now. I don't know if I'll be able to pay the bills at the first of the month. I'm a little scared right now. Ah, yeah, me too, babe. Me too. We got this. One of the things I do with my inner child work is self-talk. Yesterday I had a lot of self-talking to do, people. I thought I was kind of over that. And so I had to go take him immediately because he was out of control. And I said, come here. Give me that belly. Ah, I love you. You don't have to avoid the mirror anymore, baby. I love you. Do you know who you are? Ah, you're Patrick Feren, energy of life itself. You're God. Oh, blasphemy. Blasphemy. Thank you. Like I said, we have a saying around here, we call it the vulnerability hangover, and I haven't had one for a long time, and vulnerability hangover is when you open up and say, and here I am, transparency. And here's that I'm going to open up and show you who I am if you show me who you are. That's BS. Belief system gone wrong, man. This is how daring we have to be. We have to be so daring that we open ourselves and take the armor off and take the mask off and say, this is who I am. And be able to allow somebody to go, you ain't seeing mine, man. And I have to stand there and go, it's okay because I'm going to bathe in mine right now. I'm going to bathe in me right now. I love you. Namaste. I saw you guys creeping up there. I know you're there. Because I love the best part while they're getting ready is I go, it feels like the end. Oh, there it goes. There's Patrick. And then I go, oh yeah. And then they're like climbing up the stairs. Oh, he's still talking there. We love you. Give it up for Kyle and Luis.